Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in the manifestation process, when you have manifested and put your intentions out into the universe and you're in the waiting process, truth is that this is where the magic happens. The waiting period is where it's all happening, and therefore it's also a period where it means your manifestation is also, because it's not quite here yet, it's still very malleable, it's very delicate still. So this is why it's so important that we don't start looking for the lack, we don't start looking for the fact that the possibilities are slim, we don't start wavering. The waiting period is where you have already fed into the universe your desires, and where on a quantum level it's actually already happening. It's just you can't see it because we can't see energy, we can't see quantum levels yet. So we definitely don't want to be undoing our work and projecting lack or impatience. So save this video to come back to anytime you begin wavering in this period, and remind yourself who the F you are to stay empowered, and also remind yourself that right now the universe is conspiring in your favor. Number one is to remember that everything is happening on an energetic level. The 3D is playing catch up. No matter where you are in your life, whatever desire you've put out into the field, into the universe, the 3D is always playing catch up. The way that the reality works is something happens on an energetic level, some sort of energetic response or a vibration, and then your 3D reality will follow suit. So it's kind of like you have a desire, then your brain starts to work on the desire, the desire's power into the universe, and then afterwards you decide to go out and get the thing because you had the desire in the first place. The desire, the feeling, the energy had to happen first for the desire to even happen. So the waiting period is essentially like you've placed your order online for the thing that you desire, that you've put the intention out into the universe for. Then you're waiting for it to come, and you're kind of like twiddling your thumbs. What do I do? Like you're checking the tracking all the time, right? The important thing here with our desire is we want to not be checking the tracking. Like also when you've like broken up with someone, right? If you was to go out and start checking their social media, that is desperate energy, right? Instead, you want to be focusing on living your best life, like absolute best life, so that then everyone else looks at you and they're like, oh my God, she's so magnetic. Like she's living her best life. She's having so much fun. And then people get magnetized to you from there, especially the person that you just broke up with. So that's what we want to be doing with our desire. Also, when you're checking the tracking on your order all the time, don't you just find that it's way more likely to start getting delayed or getting lost, or oh, we can't find your address, and you're like, oh my God, can this get any worse? It's usually because we're checking and we're waiting and we're putting that impatience into the reality, and we're sabotaging the reality, sabotaging the manifestation without even realizing it. And that is why the number one thing to do first of all is to always remind yourself that the 3D is always playing catch up. Number two is to get out of your head. Get out of your head and get back into your body. Get back in tune with nature. Get back in tune with source, because that is where we came from and it's where we will be going at the end. And that is the very thing that we need to be in tune with to make the manifestation happen. We don't want to be in our head or in our analytical mind. We want to be calm. We want to be releasing that control. We want to be in the state of certainty, the state of detachment. And it's not by being in our analytical mind. We want to be getting out of the brain, constantly thinking. If you are wavering and if you are thinking about how something's going to happen, that is the sign to tell you that you are in your brain space. When you want to go on YouTube Shorts and start scrolling, you're in your headspace, aka you're probably dysregulated in some way or another. Notice how when you get in a really good meditation, right, you don't want to do anything after. You want to do things like journaling or reading or going for a walk, and suddenly you're like, oh my God, I'm so in tune with myself and my body right now that I don't want to do anything that's unhealthy for me. You don't feel like getting out of a meditation and getting a takeaway. You don't feel like doing any self-sabotaging behavior because it's your brain that is the one that tells you you need these things. It's the dopamine hit that makes you want the things. And obviously it's the dopamine hit that you want from the manifestation, and that's why you want it to happen so bad and so quickly. So we want to be getting out of that brain space and back into the body so that we can remain calm and remember that we are literally in tune with the universe. We are source energy ourselves, and we can't forget that. We are the manifestation. We're on the same energetic level as the manifestation. We're made of the same thing. So obviously a meditation is going to be an amazing one. When I get out of a good Joe Dispenza meditation, I am literally like, oh my God, like I am source energy. I am nothing. I am just existing, and I'm just so calm right now. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm looking at the world from a whole new scope. Like, I feel like I'm just everything, like reality is just blown away from me when I've just done a really long like Joe Dispenza meditation or something. So if you know a meditation that you do and you feel like that is the best thing to turn on and tune into the second you start getting impatient. And that is how to enjoy the waiting phase as well. And then the last point is to start playing. Start playing and start being. What I mean by both of these are two completely different things probably, but I'm going to pair them together. Playing will mean you start playing in your end reality. Being, I mean being the end version of you. So this is playing and being in the end version, in the end reality. By playing, you are going to be fusing together this reality and the next. You're going to be fusing together your energy. So you're going to go from your manifestations up here on the energetic scale. You're all the way down here. You want to be heightening your frequency and your energetic being as a whole, right? Your mindset, your ability to hold the manifestation. You want to be increasing that vibrational frequency to be in line with the manifestation during this phase, during the whole phase really. I mean, it can dip of course, but as long as most of the time, the majority of the time, like over 50% of the time, you're in line with the manifestation. So of course it's okay to be sad, get out the emotions, you don't want to hold on to them, and then you can overcome it and come back over to this level. And by playing, pure enjoyment, pure play, you're going to be on this frequency, you're going to be detached, you're going to be magnetic. You're going to be all of the things, and least of all, you are not going to be impatient. You're not going to be in the waiting phase. You're going to be living in the end, playing in the end. So anything you want to do that's in alignment with that end reality, that's to do with playing, go and do it. If you want to manifest becoming a YouTuber and earning 10K a month, for example, you go and you turn on that camera and you play and you talk to the camera like no one's watching, even if you don't post the videos. You go and build on your confidence. You go out into the streets and start strutting like you're a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. That is what I would call play if that was what I was manifesting. If you wanted to go and manifest a partner or a business, go out and start strutting the streets like as if you are that person. Ask yourself, what are the things that I do in the end reality? And then go and do them. So playful things, right? To make it fun, to increase your vibration, to start living in the end result. That's the play half of this. Then the other half is the being part. This is going to be the part that's uncomfortable. So you've got, remember if you watched the last video, I go on about the energetic scale, the emotional scale that most people experience. Most people only experience very mild emotions. They're afraid of feeling sadness, and they don't let themselves feel much excitement. So they're just kind of feeling dysregulated or stressed or okay or good. And that's as far as it stretches for the positive. And then the stress is like as far as they feel for the negative. And they run away from a lot of other emotions. They don't want to get themselves hurt. They don't want to get lost in the negative. They don't want to get excited and then get disappointed. So most people never get out of this middle range here. But by playing and being, the playing part is going to get you feeling really good on the good scale. And then the being part and doing the uncomfortable things is going to get you used to being uncomfortable. So it's going to be stretching this emotional, energetic capacity to hold the manifestation. So you're going to be stretching the manifestation rubber band, which I have a whole masterclass on. It goes on for like an hour and a half. So you're going to be stretching that energetic container for the manifestation to come in. And the bigger container you have, the faster it's going to come and the more of it you're going to receive. It's not just going to be 10k a month at that point. You're going to be like available for 20, 30, 50k a month even, super fast. And that's how people literally quantum jump through realities, is they're on a roll. Like they've just expanded themselves so big that the manifestation doesn't just come, but like more things come. So that's what you're going to be doing by playing. So what do I mean by the being? So these are the things that you genuinely need to actually overcome to become the person you want to become. So this is where you're going to be getting so honest with yourself and saying, like, what are the things that person actually does? Like, what can I imagine? So for me, one of the things that I imagined for my next level self before last year was the fact that I didn't mind walking through the shopping centre, buying really nice dresses, really nice clothes, really nice skincare. I was already wearing really nice dresses and a bit of a heel. So not like stilettos, but like a block heel, just casual. And I felt comfortable doing that. I didn't feel scared and anxious, like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. And I really wanted to do it myself on my own. So I don't want to go shopping with someone else to fill the void of afraid of being lonely, but I wanted to be on my own. So literally all eyes would be on me in my head, right? I wanted to overcome that. I wanted to become that person that was confident, that was okay with people looking at her and thinking, why is she dressed up like this? Do you know what I mean? There's other people out there that dress nice, but yet in my brain, I'm thinking people are looking at me, essentially, right? We always think people are looking at us. And I didn't want to be seen. I was so afraid of being seen. I didn't want to show up on YouTube or anything. And so that was the version of me that I knew I wanted to become. She's confident. She dresses how she wants to dress. Like, how would you dress if no one was watching, right? How would you dress? How would you act? Like, how amazing would it be to just dress how you wanted to dress? Like, no one was watching. That was what I wanted so badly. But I could play around all day, every day, you know, increasing that good emotion. I could play around all day, every day at home, dressing how I wanted to dress, doing my hair and strutting around the house. But let's be real, that's not going to really elevate me into the next level. It's going to increase my positive emotions and it's going to really help me get into the end result by playing and feeling good, of course. So that's good for playing. Yes, do that. But now the other half of the equation was going to be, okay, now let's go and actually freaking do it. Actually go outside. And so I started to actually go to the mall. I keep saying the mall like I'm American, we call them shopping centres, right? So I actually started going to the shopping centres on my own. Like, even Aaron was like, why are you going on your own for? Like, I can come with you. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, I want to get used to going out on my own anyways, because I'm so used to going out with someone, right? I need to get that independence back. So I was like, I went to the shopping mall. I would literally go to all the shops, buy myself some clothes, try on the clothes, feel uncomfortable wearing heels, right? That's the thing you are going to need to do. Actually step into the reality. What is the thing that you know you need to do to actually step into that reality? That is where you're going to be expanding the energetic container on the uncomfortable, the discomfort, the negative emotion scale to stretch your container all the way this way. So now you've got literally a massive energetic capacity, a massive emotional capacity. Now you've told the universe, you've aligned yourself. This is also the aligned action. The action that tells the universe, this is who I now am. Not only am I projecting out the positive feelings of who I want to become, but I'm actually stepping into it. Like, I'm physically almost forcing it. This is the physical action, the 20% left to do almost, right? Most of it's energetic. Like 80% is just aligning a frequency. And then the last 20% that I always say is like the physical action where you need to literally like use your physical 2 feet instead of just projecting emotions to step into the reality. Almost like set that boundary with the universe and you're like, I'm doing it. I'm literally showing you this is me. I'm forcing it now. Like, this is me. So it's not checking the tracking on the order, for example, on the reality. It's not doing those physical, like, I'm not going to actually pick up my phone and start. This is not aligned action at all, right? It has to be aligned action. I'm not checking the tracking, for example, on where my order is, my manifestation. That's not aligned action. But I am going to actually do the things that are going to force me to step into that next level version of me. And this is also where a lot of people will miss out on and not do. So this is how to embrace the void, is having fun, playing, getting back into your body, remembering that the 3D is always playing catch up. So you may as well just let it do its thing. It's like you're waiting on your mum as a kid to to buy you something, or like, I don't know, whatever it is, right? You want something to arrive. You want something to do, someone to do something for you. You want to have fun in the process, enjoy the journey. You don't want to be focusing on the end result and asking, your mum in the car, are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, you want to be enjoying the car journey and having fun and watching out the window and playing games and stuff, right? That is what this whole process is going to be about. So save this video for later on when you're wavering, and every single time remind yourself of these 3 things. Always remember, number 1, that the 3D is always playing catch up. It works on a physical quantum level. Energy comes first, then physical reality comes after. Number 2, get yourself back into your body. Whatever you feel good doing, whatever you feel helps get you back into the present moment. I like to go on the treadmill and close my eyes. I know it's not very safe, but I do hold on to the sides, put on a nice song, and I just walk. And I just imagine me in the void and just nothingness, right? But I'm doing exercise, I'm relaxed, I'm regulated. And I think closing your eyes is a really good thing. It's just getting yourself back into that present moment state of nothingness. And then all of your fears, of your worries, of your doubts will disappear the second you get back into your body. For me, the best way is probably meditation, or I just lie down as if I'm going to sleep. And then I get relaxed really easily. And then number 3 is to play and be in the end reality. Playing and being. Playing is the fun part. Being is probably the part that you need to actually do something that's going to step you into the reality. And probably it's going to be uncomfortable, because if you already were the person, you would have the manifestation. So the likelihood is you need to do something that you've been putting off to actually step into the reality. You need to do something. And you know what that is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a lovely, lovely day. And I'll see you in the next one about manifestation and work. Bye, guys.